don't have a UFO proof COVID mask, go and get one. Uh, but let's go ahead and, now that I've plugged my mask, let's go ahead and get that out of the way so you can actually hear me better. Yeah, you can get that on Teespring. There's a link under all my videos and whatever. You guys know what it is. Fucking where to get it. And if you don't figure it out, you'll get it sooner or later. Um, so anyway, the title of the show is "The Government Admitted UFOs Exist and No One Noticed." And I was thinking that the reason why I called it that is because I was thinking about this, and that's literally what happened. And nothing happened. No one really noticed. What up, Tommy Daniels? How you doing, homie? Did you know that the government admitted UFOs exist? Did you know that? I mean, like, it's like there's even UFO people, people in the UFO community who still just don't even like accept it. They just, they just keep going as in, oh, well, disclosures come in, disclosure already happened. What up, Tyler? How you doing, buddy? Agile Coast, doing good? Um, you fucking stoner. Yeah. So in 2017, with the New York Times release, that was them admitting that UFOs exist. No one believed it. No one could even accept it. So how many, like a year later, they came out and they're like, people were like, are these videos legit? And then they're like, yes, the videos are real. And then they're like, okay, well, are these, what are the UFOs? And they're like, we don't know. And they're like, okay, so then like a year or two after that, they're like, does the Navy admit that UFOs exist, or are these just other technologies? And the Navy's like comes out, no, UFOs exist. Okay, that's they simply exist. We don't know what they are. And then Jeremy Corbell just released the latest Pentagon UFO with the pyramid UFO, and they went and they questioned them. They asked the Pentagon, they asked the Navy, is this a legitimate video? Yes. So it's not confused with some other technology that some other country has. No, it's a video of an unidentified flying object, or a UAP. uh, and we don't know where it's from or what it's doing here. We have no idea who's piloting it or how it's even controlled. These are the questions that we wanted answered, that we were like sitting there saying forever, we need this to happen. This is what we're all fighting for. And it fucking happened, and no one noticed. But why is that? Hey, what up, Brendan? How you doing, homie? Smoking a blunt with your roommate? Hell yeah. Cheers, brother. So, uh, why is that, you guys? I'm sorry. Did that actually zoom in? Oh my god, that zooms in on YouTube? I didn't even know you could do that. Did you guys see that zoom in, or is it just on my end? Someone let me know. um, yeah. So, why do you guys think that is? That the government admitted, you saw it? Okay, that's weird. I didn't even know you could do that. The government admitted UFOs exist. Okay, they straight come out and said, yeah, UFOs exist. And and then the Pentagon, or the Pentagon comes out and says UFOs exist. And then the Navy says UFOs exist. And then the UFO videos, they're real UFO videos. They're legitimate unidentified flying objects. Not just, oh, well, it could be some kind of normal technology. It's some kind of technology that's, we don't understand or we don't have. So everything that we wanted, they come out and said, and nothing. Like, there are still people in the UFO community who don't even accept it as that. Like, we got what we wanted, what we've been fighting for, and there's people are just completely oblivious to it. And I think I might have an answer as to why that is, and it has to do with their uh with how we YouTube and ufologists, people like us in the UFO world, how much of an impact that we've had on the world of ufology and the community, and because we've had such a huge impact, and bringing it back from complete psychosis where every nutball is believing fucking a spider web is fucking Nibiru coming to destroy us. When we went from that to everyone taking it seriously and fighting for the truth and not putting out bullshit, and no one's sharing the fucking stupid conspiracy stories, and or the fucking the UFO channels or videos with the fucking stupid computer narrated voice, none of that bullshit, but everyone's taking it seriously, as they should. I think it had a huge impact on our worldview, so much so is that the Pentagon felt that, what, now is the time where everyone's real sober headed about it, that if we're going to do it, we got to do it now. And it's probably the perfect timing for them to do it. What do you guys think about that theory? Am I crazy? Is that insane? Am I just fucking sucking our own dicks? Too much. No, Steven is saying it's because they have been backed into a corner. There's too much evidence now. They can't keep without looking. They can't keep quiet without looking stupid. They've kept quiet for how fucking long? They have no problem keeping quiet. They don't give a fuck. Look stupid. That's all we ever thought of them was stupid. They don't. They're not gonna look stupid. They nothing would have changed. If they didn't come out and admit it, it'd still be the fucking same. We'd still be saying, oh, they're hiding shit, and they make, no, we're not, blah, blah, blah. They just keep the same story and keep fucking going. Something else happened where they're like, okay, it could work now. Now it's acceptable. Whereas 2 years ago it wasn't. But now I think we could do it. Something had to happen. And I think it was the UFO community's change in, going from fucking up, being full of nothing but crazies to, level-headed people basically taking over. You guys get what I'm saying or not? I don't know. Maybe not. And Tyler's saying, Tyler's Agile Coast, you guys know what I'm talking about. Everyone have a camera in their pockets now. They can no longer deny the existence because anyone can film one with the way a cell phone camera have advanced with the way cell phone cameras have advanced over the years. Correct. That's another thing I was thinking, was that it's going to be hard to deny, with all the new videos that are going to be, because there are videos of UFOs daily. And so they can ignore that, and they could cause there's always discrepancies in every video, and you could always argue every single video and say, the better it is, the more chance it is it's a hoax. Well, that's a really good UFO video. It's a hoax then. And that's something we still deal with. If we see a good UFO video, 9 times out of 10 we're going to call it a hoax because it's too good. UFO videos are never that good, so we just automatically call it shit. And then I think with the fact that these things are happening, the UFOs are here, and that's the thing. Like, the government probably needs as much information as possible, and without their boys reporting incidents, which they probably have, for every one incident that's reported, there's probably 20 incidents that happen. There's 19 of them that get unreported. So without them getting those reports and having more data than our adversaries, we're going to fall behind. And that's something that, we've had to consider for a while, that there's no doubt in my mind that Russia and China and any other fucking, G7 nation would be studying the subject. Their intelligence departments or agencies would be studying the subject because of how advanced the technology is. Whether it's a small study or a big scale study, there's no doubt in my mind that Russia would go all out trying to bring one down. And in fact, Bob Lazar said the Russians were working with us, at S4, trying to reverse engineer some. So I wouldn't be shocked if Russia has a crashed UFO of their own. Uh, they wanted to break it before China did, right? Hey, what up, Dinkum? How you doing, buddy? Um, Now Dinkum knows that they government come out and admitted UFOs exist, and no one noticed. No one fucking paid any attention to it. What up, Renee? How you doing, baby? Uh, yeah, it blows my mind, but I think it has something, with a couple different reasons. So one, because yes, we are capturing more and more video of it, but they're going to want to see that video too to analyze it, to try to, when you're trying to figure something out, you're trying to answer something, you have to take all the information, if you want to use like AI, all right, like, and I've spoken about this before. You could use, AI to prove extraterrestrials exist. In fact, there's a script that I'm writing about these fucking college kids, creating a fucking AI to predict where a UFO will be, and then how to bring it down and shit like that, by just taking all the information that we have of UFOs. Like, you take something like all the data from MUFON or CFAPS, or any of these other UFO agencies that collect, reports and sightings and data of where it happened, when, what the shape, what it looked like, all this shit. You take all that information and then you aggregate that in a computer and let it crunch the numbers, and create a predictive model for where a sighting will occur. And that's something that we already do with Google. Google has predictive text, so when you're typing, it'll already predict what you're going to say. And how many times is Google right where it knows, like, you've got two letters in it, it knows what the fuck you're going to say. So it's the that kind of technology and software already exists, and it's pretty good, it's pretty accurate. So we could use that same technology, in a sense, to aggregate all the UFO information and make a predictive model of where a UFO might be seen at what time or whatever. And um and I wonder if, the government maybe already has some of this information. They might know where to go and look for UFOs and shit like that. They might be, I'm pretty sure they've been trying to bring one down. Maybe not start an intergalactic war by shooting it or killing it, but trying to figure a way to bring it down softly. You get what I'm saying? Like, if we could catch it on a pillow, that's what they'd want to do. No, don't think you can't just go and shoot a fucking net gun at a goddamn UFO. Okay, it's not gonna work, despite what you fucking think. 44 days, 0 hours, 39 minutes, 20 seconds until 180 days. Yeah, that's true. Renee saying, UFO proof fam, please share, hit the smash and thumbs up. Helps algorithm. Sub 1 million subs soon. Uh, Save, watch later to replay your leisure, and notification bell buttons. Try it. It helps the channel. Yes, it does. Um, what up, Justin? How you doing, buddy? That's right. Yeah. So there. I mean, back to what we were saying, and everything that Renee just said is true. So go and do that stuff. Like, subscribe, and share with your friends, and whatever. Give me 1 million subscribers. uh, I think that, there's probably a couple different reasons, but mainly that they had to get it out before somebody else did. Especially with, like, how many states in America have made marijuana legal? I mean, straight full, not just, oh, medical marijuana, but I mean straight full. You can go into a store and buy a pack of joints. I mean, how many states are like that now? And it just keeps growing every election year. Every election, there's new states hopping on, changing their laws so they can, make marijuana completely legal. I mean, that just keeps happening. And so you gotta understand, it wasn't just like, oh, that's a, it was a big deal. We were the first country in the world to do that. No country on earth, not Amsterdam, not the Netherlands, none of those places had legal marijuana. All right? None of them did. We were the first place to legalize it, you know? And so, I mean, that's the huge difference. Go ahead. That's just my twin. uh, so, yeah, so it's like I could see how America would, you know, want to be the first to do something, like the first to legalize weed or the first to, say UFOs exist. We're the first in everything. So it would look really bad for us to, that some other country came out and said, "Hey, guess what? UFOs exist." You know what? Even if they did, I'm not sure anyone would believe them. I think everyone kind of looks to America to validate what any other claims made by somebody else. Yeah, see, Jamaica and Amsterdam, those places, they were never legal. So it might have been like Amsterdam. It was simply ignored because of a proclamation that the Queen made 200 years ago. The Queen made a proclamation that people were allowed to get high and have festivities and shit like that, and so they turned a blind eye. That's why they have the red light district. And not that it's not the green light district because it's legal. It's the red light because it's illegal. They just turn a blind eye to it, but it's definitely not legal. You can't just go around smoking weed wherever. It just in the same with Jamaica. Okay, only in America. America was the first place to do that. In fact, Colorado and the state of Washington were the first states on earth to legalize marijuana. But I'm just saying, as America as a whole, is that if we're willing to step up and do that, that we should do the same with UFOs. And it sucks that it happened and no one fucking noticed. It was just completely fucking ignored. Oh, sorry. I bumped into my fucking made up table stand because I had to use the goddamn tablet again, which is a nice tablet. It's a Samsung, tablet. Fucking, what is it? Fucking Tab 7 or something like that. It's a badass tablet, but the camera's just nowhere near the Note 20 I have. I got a UFO T-shirt where the extraterrestrial alien is Rastafarian with dreadlocks, smoking a ganja spliff while riding its UFO with the red eyes. Hell yeah! So you should be a stoner. That's right. Been decriminalized in my state 30 years ago. Yeah, but it's not legal. It's not legal. That's the difference. It's decriminalized in a bunch of places. It's just never legal. This is the first place that made it legal because it was on Fox News and CNN. No one believes it shit on there, right? Exactly. That's how you fuck everything up, and that's the thing. I hate Fox. Like Fox is just super right wing Republican. Fucking, they're like, oh, down with abortions and fucking, we hate black people and Mexicans and fucking, we don't want anyone coming over here and. We just like white Christian evangelicals, and that's shit like that. Fuck, I can't stand that bullshit. And but Fox News is one of the only news channels that fucking actually plays the UFO stories, and then CNN has to jump on the fucking bandwagon, and it's always like Fox doing it first, because before they used to do it, no one fucking cared, and now all of a sudden Fox will put out a story, and then CNN has to jump on the same fucking story, whereas before they put it out. No one even know, and fucking CNN wouldn't give two fucks about it. They're like, oh, just crazy Fox with their crazy conspiracies, until one of them turned out to be true. I mean, motherfucking Tucker Carlson is like one of the foremost people when it comes to reporting on UFOs and what the Pentagon's doing. Can you guys believe that? Tucker Carlson, the motherfucker bow tie who's always confused. What's going on? Like he's always never has a clue what anyone on his show is talking about. He's always like, huh? Oh, he just looks. He's in a constant state of confusion, dude. Tucker Carlson. Ellen E. Brock is saying we need so common in Vancouver. Weed is so common in Vancouver. People are walking down the street smoking it. I am in Vancouver, Washington, right now, and that is absolutely true. um, we smoke wherever the fuck we want to. Like wherever we are, if we want to smoke a joint, we'll just smoke a joint. You know, like anywhere you go, you'll smell people smoking weed all the fucking time. I mean, it's just, it's completely fucking acceptable. Like, it's totally normal. It's not like, oh my God, they're smoking joint over there, or oh, someone's smoking weed. It's just like, yeah, whatever. It's just, it's like someone smoking a cigarette. It's just like, yeah, this is just normal. As because it's been like that since, what was it, 2012, I think, or 2010, I don't know, 2012 maybe, when they legalized marijuana. They did it the same year as Colorado. A lot of people don't know that because Colorado was, more people paid attention to it because they went recreational. They didn't have as many regulations on it as Washington, which Washington did it smart. They legalized it, but they had a lot more regulations. And so that's what prevented fucking the DEA and shit like that from coming in and trying to raid places like they did in Colorado when that first went legal over there, because they was so unregulated, and we had a lot more regulations on it. But because of that, fucking, our shit turned out a lot better. So yay for us. Oh, Vancouver, Canada. I'm talking about Vancouver, Washington, man. And Vancouver, Canada, it's not actually legal there, but everyone smokes weed like crazy. Like, it's so fucking common over there. And I know this because I went to the very first gathering of the Juggalos. It's a band, Insane Clown Posse. It's this festival that they put on every year, where all their fans come and get together and party for like a week. Well, I went to the very first one, and while I was in line, there were these dudes in front of us, and they were Canadian, and we were talking to them. We were talking about smoking weed and shit, and um, they're like, oh yeah, everyone smokes weed. I was like, oh shit. And he's like, yeah, smokes. Everyone grows weed. Fuck. And I asked him, I'm like, how much does a bag of weed cost? And they're like, what? And I'm like, how much does like a bag of weed cost? And they're like, oh, I have no idea. No, there was like four dudes, and none of them knew how much a bag of weed costed. They all smoked weed though. So there's like so much weed that they're like, oh, we don't even buy bags of weed. Like, everyone we know like grows weed, and just, yeah, I don't even think we. They're like, I have no idea what a bag of weed costs over there. I'm like, that's fucking crazy, man. And shit was still illegal here. I don't know where they were in Canada, but I know that's how Canada is. They're all real lax about it, but it was still illegal. It wasn't a illegal thing, And soon, and I'm pretty sure Biden's going to do it. Will It'll be legalized federally, because if the federal government was able to get their hands in that, I mean, think of all the shit that they could pay off with it. So they would love to do it as well, I'm sure, because every state, once a state goes legal, all of a sudden they have money out the fucking wazoo, especially if it's a state that, it's like it hasn't been legal, and so everyone's all hidden and shit about it. And then once they go legal, they're like like Nevada. There's literally two cities in Nevada. Okay, there's Las Vegas, and then there's Reno, and that's it. Okay, that's basically it. You have like Boulder City and a couple other places, but that's basically it. But once they went legal, it the governor of Nevada had to declare a state of emergency in order to obtain more licenses so they could sell more pot, because they're like, oh, we have a total crisis. We're running out of weed. They had way more consumers than they had proprietors, people who grow marijuana for them. And so, as much weed as they could fucking grow, it was gone like that. It was gone before it was fucking trimmed. It was already gone. So they literally had to declare a state of emergency, because there was no other way. If they didn't declare that emergency, they wouldn't have been able to get more licenses to grow more weed. The governor did it, so that way they were able to get more licenses to grow weed, because they're like, oh, we can't fill the fucking demand of it. And you gotta think, I mean, the people who live there, of course, but just the tourists alone are all gonna want to fucking buy weed from Vegas and all the crazy shit they have. I mean, last time I was there, I didn't stop at any weed shops or anything, but 'cause I already had weed. It was like I already had it, so it didn't really matter. But magic mushrooms and herbs are legal in Oaktown, Oakland. I heard about that they were going to be doing something like that. First weed vending machine I saw was in Vancouver, in Canada, Vancouver, Canada, or Vancouver, Washington. For you, 25 bucks, mate. Can't trust them. Feds want tax. That's right. That's a real emergency if there ever was one, right? Hey, what up, Wade? Wade says I miss John Candy, Canadian bacon, chronic. Shut the fuck up, Wade. Oh, it was in Canada. Okay, dinkum. All right. Yeah. So, yeah. But let's get back to the UFOs and how the government, how they came out. They admitted UFOs exist, and nobody fucking noticed. Like it just went completely. That was it. Like everything that we wanted happened. Like all this shit that we've been saying, oh, we need people to we want the government to disclose that UFOs exist and this is bullshit and they're hiding secrets. They came out and did it, and then not a peep from us. In fact, there's still people who are like, yeah, we still want it. Like we already got it. What the fuck are you waiting for? We already got it. So we need to convince everybody in the UFO community. So we need to talk to third phase of moon. We need to talk to security intent. So we got to talk to Blake and Brand, talk to Tyler and all these other guys, and tell them that we need to spread the whole fact that yes, there is no this disclosure shit is done. Okay, it's done. We won. So we need to move on to okay, what are the UFOs? What are they here for? Are they extraterrestrial like so many people believe? Are they something else? How are they being driven? What's the purpose of a UFO? You know, are the UFOs symbiotic with their pilots? Shit like that. We need to get beyond the whole disclosures coming, fucking bull. Disclosure came. They admitted UFOs exist. So we need to spread that information and we need to spread it so people know that yes, that's it. It's a fact now. So there's not going to be any more people trying to debate you saying, oh, well, oh, you believe in UFOs, you're a fucking idiot, blah, blah, blah. It's just going to be fact now. Yeah, UFOs exist. That's just it. If we have to start pushing that out there, that start pushing a new narrative. Because we pushed the old narrative before, as in we have to change from accepting hoaxes and bullshit UFO stories to becoming legitimate. And now that we've done that, we need to push a new narrative about how disclosure has happened, and now it's time to try to figure out what they are. Now, before it was all, are they real? Do they exist? Well, people who've had experiences with UFOs, a la me, and how many of you guys know for a fact that the UFO does exist. I mean, for myself, I personally don't know what's inside a UFO, and I've never seen an alien. I couldn't tell you if the UFO is extraterrestrial. I can tell you that it feels alien. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like it belongs here. It belongs somewhere else. It is a very awkward feeling when you see them up close. Something's not right about them. It doesn't fit in. So that's why I think they're extraterrestrial, and especially with how many people report you know, uh, um, extraterrestrial sightings and encounters with aliens and shit like that. Uh, and I don't want to get into the whole abduction thing, but because one, I don't see why not. If extraterrestrials were visiting the planet, would they interact with a selected Homo sapien? I'm assuming they would because the UFOs interact with people. I mean, they did it with me, where you just get these weird sensations to go out and look for UFOs, and I don't know if you have to have like a real close encounter, like I did for that to happen, but it's something that definitely happens. And so the UFO itself, I don't know if it's the UFO or if it's the pilot or whoever programmed the probe who's doing it, but they follow you around for some reason. And I don't know, I guess it kind of feels like they kind of watch you all the time, except you just don't really notice them. You don't really see them. And then, you, every now and then you do see them, but it seems like they're kind of always there. Um, but then again, this is a personal feeling of mine, and uh, I can't speak for other people's experiences, but I'm just going off mine. and that's what it feels like to me. So Hammer of Mars is saying, I've seen UFOs. I couldn't identify the flying objects I've seen many times. You know, as it, that's the thing. It's like not just an unidentified object, Hammer of Mars, but like when you see a UFO, because I've seen objects I can't identify, sure. But then when you see a real UFO, a real UAP, it doesn't feel right. It feels weird. It's almost scary. Um, because it doesn't, it's so awkward, it doesn't fit in, and you recognize it instantly. You're like, oh god, that's one. There's no get, well, maybe it, could it be this, could it be that. That shit is out the fucking window, and you're just stuck staring at something that doesn't fit in. Everything else goes away too. You get like this tunnel vision where like, you know, and when they talk about like the Oz factor and shit, that's definitely true. Where, you know, when you're in close proximity to a UFO, shit seems to have you seem to be like in another state of reality. And I believe, I know this in fact to be true, but it's like I wonder if it's possibly has something to do with the propulsion of the craft. So if the craft is creating its own gravitational field, once you're in proximity to it, at a certain point, you enter the field as well, and so that's what you're feeling as what we call the Oz factor, is actually you know, a byproduct of the craft's propulsion, that you're experiencing. You know, so you're almost in like another kind of dimension or reality. Because believe me, everything else goes away and it's just you and it's just you and the UFO just like fucking locked to each other, and nothing else exists. You could have cameras and shit like that. Fucking that shit doesn't even exist anymore. It's hard to explain, but that's just how it goes. I don't know. I don't know why it works like that, but it does. At least it did for me. Hey, what up, Derek? How you doing, homie? I want to see bodies. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. UFO proof thumbs up. I did. Bob Lazar blew off the lid. Uh, do they exist? Until one lands in New York, it's still on the elusive list. Well, that's correct. I mean, and that's, you know, that's for it being extraterrestrials. Do the UFOs exist? Yes, that's 100%. There's no question about that. We need to get past that. Perhaps there is an EMF pump involved, an electromagnetic field pump. Possibly, our pulse. Hello, I'm new here. Hello, Bella 1313. Laced. I'm sure I'm fucking that one up. How you doing, Bella? Welcome to UFO Proof. We're discussing right now how the government admitted UFOs exist and no one fucking noticed. Everyone just kind of, hmm. And it's like this is a huge deal, and everybody just ignored it, and it blows my mind. I think it's because we were so desensitized to UFOs because of all the hoaxes and bullshit that we had to train ourselves out of that. And so when they admitted it, we were able to handle it like nothing, like literally, like it's water rolling down your back, just like so what, you know. Whereas the government probably thought, well, I mean, what was it? What study was it? The I forget the name of the study where they were like, oh, if you go and admit that aliens exist, the whole world society will collapse. What was the name of that study? It was back like in the 30s or 40s or something like that, and they were like afraid to say it because of that. And now it's like, well, we thought that was going to happen, and not only did people not freak out, we didn't even fucking notice. You're just like, what's going like this is how bad this is how bad of a president Trump was. He was so bad that they admitted UFOs exist and fucking no one gave a fuck because they were too busy. Like, what did Trump do? You know, like that's what fucking happened for real. It's sad, but that's the truth. uh oh, so you guys want to see something cool? It's a little experiment. It's something I had discovered, and I thought this was really fascinating. And being a little science nerd that I am, I have to show you guys. It's pretty cool. So This is my flashlight. It's a quantum. I don't know if you guys can see that. This is actually a shock-proof flashlight, and it straight up says you can fucking beat motherfuckers with it. Like the packaging was like you can hit people with it. Like it was telling you can strike people, and it's fine. So you not only can you use it as you blind motherfuckers, but you can use it as a weapon. And this thing is like super fucking, you know, it's like indestructible, man. This thing is probably this is the single brightest flashlight I've ever had or ever seen. But uh, something interesting I found out. So check this out. Okay, so if you take a pop can and you cut the bottom off of it. Okay, and see if you guys can check this out. Okay, watch this. Watch this. Could you guys hear that? What the hell was happening? It was making a noise. It was sitting there vibrating. So it's like, what are the photons are hitting the inside of the can and then bouncing around and causing a vibration to make that ringing sound, or is it is it because the heat that's generated from the photons, because the heat is causing them to move around real fast, is that's what's vibrating the can and causing the sound. But again, it's just a flashlight. So and it doesn't work with a laser. So like oh god, where's my high powered laser? I got it somewhere over here. Oh, here it is. Okay, so here, you guys can see that. That's a high powered laser, and you can burn stuff with it. So the photons from the light from the laser are totally coherent and in a single beam, and you would think that, okay, so if it's caused by heat or light, then the laser should definitely cause it to ring, correct? Because, well, it's got even more intense light and even more heat. In fact, I can burn shit with this fucking laser. I can't burn anything with this flashlight. So you would think that should happen as well, right? Well, let's see. No, nothing. So what's happening? um, I'm still trying to figure it out. Like I don't know what's causing it. If it's just the um and you got to remember that these photons are incandescent, that they're just flowing they're not coherent photons like the laser beam. They're incandescent photons. They're just all over the place, going whatever direction they want to. So I'm assuming it's got to have something to do with the heat. However, the laser gets way hotter than the flashlight. um and then also I wonder, I can fucking zoom the lens. So I wonder what happens if I don't know if you guys can hear that. Huh. So it appears like if you're zooming the lens, you can make the noise, you can produce the noise at a further distance, but it's not nearly as powerful. The decibels aren't they're not as many. That's interesting. You guys ever seen that before? What up, Gyro? How you doing, buddy? Love the flashlight. I know, me too, right? Um, do not know. I think maybe it's the heat from your body plus the heat activated from the flashlight. Maybe, I don't know. I just got out of the hospital after these fucking 3 fucking days dealing with a severe infection. Oh, that sucks, man. What did the aliens do with my buddy Cupid? Oh, I just Cupid was just on a video, or he commented on the video just the other day. Wait, so he's still alive? Elon Musk says he has Asperger's. Oh, I bet. Um, What kind of frequency maybe Dinka might have? And maybe it's what's called it's definitely a frequency, but I mean like what is the it's got I don't know what's causing it, but go grab a flashlight and cut off a pop can and see if that happens. I bet you it won't. Not unless you have a badass fucking quantum flashlight. Because I tried it with a bunch of different lights and everything, you know. The shutter of the diode. Well, so I have a badass diode in here. Why not this? And even if I open up the lens and let the laser become incoherent and let the laser spread out from the starting point, it still doesn't do it, and it still puts off way more heat than the flashlight. You know, like let's see here. What do I have? Here we go. Okay. Oh, let's see here. Focus this more. Here we go. I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you guys even see that? And the laser's actually not really focused. I'd still have to adjust it because it's not even melted through yet. So the laser gets hot. It gets way hotter than the fucking way hotter than the flashlight. And hold the flashlight on here forever. It's not going to do anything. You know? It's a LED. There is no filament. You know? I don't know. But I thought it was cool discovering that. I was like, oh my god in heaven. That is amazing. I've never seen that before for a fucking little science experiment. I've never came across that. So that's really cool, I thought. I should show that shit to Bill Nye the Science Guy, who I fucking hate. Rhapsody ASMR is saying, expansion and contraction effect from the sudden heat being applied to the cold aluminum. Would that cause a high-pitched ringing sound, though? You know, I mean, I see stuff, you know, usually it would be like a crack, crack, like, you know, crunch sound, quick, fucking, you know, if you hear something that goes from super hot to super cold, it's real quick, real quick, you know, you wouldn't get like a constant ringing. I don't know. I should try freezing the can and see what happens then. Or heating the can up and see what happens then. I'll have to try some more experiments. I don't know, but it would cause particles to vibrate. In a sense, yeah. There has to be what makes the light. There has to be is it what makes the light? I don't know. It's the strobing of the filament or oh we already said that one, yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. Bella's saying, damn, must be heavy that flashlight. Yeah, it is, dude. This thing's bad as fuck. You guys won't believe this, dude. Do you know how many batteries this fucking thing takes? Go ahead, you guys write it down. Write it down. How many batteries does the quantum take? Be quick. Don't go try to research it. Just right now, write your number. How many batteries you think the quantum takes? Let's see. Okay. You got fucking 10 seconds to answer. After that, I'm not counting anyone's answer. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stop. I'm not counting anyone's answers after gyros, okay? You see, after that, I'm not counting any of your answers. Derek, too late, you fuck. All right. 700 Weed Killer. Cool name. All right. So Dinkum's got 6. Justin has 3. Bella has 6. Brandy E, how you doing? Has 7. Hammer of Mars has 3 C's. 700 Weed Killer has 5. Gyro has 3 C batteries. Derek, who doesn't count, has 8. Interesting, right? Justin has 3 B18650. Okay, so the 816 3 816 18 650s. All right, that's a 3.7 volt batteries. That's that's like these. Okay, so you got, just so you guys know what he's talking about. All right, so got it right. Okay, so that's what he's saying. 3 of those. Okay. Correct. So this quantum laser takes 12 AA batteries. 12 AA batteries. All right? That's 18 volts, dude. 12. And these are energizer lithiums, by the way. Okay? 12 AA fucking batteries, dude. Can you fucking believe that? Yeah, no one was even close, dude, right? Because I'm thinking, oh, 3 C's or a couple D's or whatever. 12 AA's. You gotta remember, C's, D's, AA's, AAA's are all 1.5 volts. They're all the same voltage. All right? Can you believe that, dude? Right? Exactly. Holy crap. Yeah. 12 AA's, dude. And of course, I gotta have the best fucking AA's out there, which are Energizer Lithiums, by the way. Yeah. What up, Frankie? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, can you guys fucking believe that, dude? The benefit to that is that you can get AA batteries are more plentiful around most places. Correct. Well, and the thing is that you can also get 18 volts of fucking power, which is exactly what 12 batteries add up to, is fucking 18 volts. Which is fucking awesome. But I'm like, it's more than it needs more than a car battery, dude. A car battery is 12 volts, This needs more than that, dude. It's so fucking insanely bright, dude. Yes, you could do some skull cracking. In fact, the packaging said that you can strike people, and it showed a dude like striking a motherfucker. Like, you could beat motherfuckers with this. In the packaging even said you could. This is a real durable motherfucker, dude. Yeah, this is fucking easily the brightest flashlight I've ever owned, but it's also the most expensive flashlight ever. I never spent that kind of money on a goddamn flashlight. But man, you should see this fucking thing, dude. It's like when you go outside and light it, it's like fucking daylight, dude. It's fucking insane. Let's go lithium. Oh my god, yes, exactly. Which is what I did. I was like, well, fuck. If I'm gonna, because when I bought it, it had just generic AA's in there. I was like, no, fuck that. We gotta put Energizer lithiums in there, dude. Get the strongest ones possible. Yeah, Ontario Bigfoot Investigation says I want one. Hell yeah, you need one. If you're gonna go looking for Bigfoot, you need this motherfucker. All right. Shit, dude. You see a fucking Bigfoot fucking 50 miles away, dude. Yeah, isn't that fucking nuts, dude? Yeah, I don't think it's cool, huh? Yeah, I like that. It used to be my fucking laser was my fucking go-to thing. Now I got this thing. I'm like, oh my god, I love that flashlight, dude. But it gets hot and it blind the you cannot look at that motherfucker. Is that also a taser, Kyle? No, I wish. Wouldn't that be awesome? Yeah, today's show is sponsored by fucking quantum flashlights. Write me a check, bitches. Yeah, right? I know. Yeah, it's fucking nuts. Yeah, so, but skip all that and let's go back to the government and uh, them admitting UFOs exist. Do you take weed? Fuck yeah, I fucking live in Washington. I smoke weed every day. Then you can run up and club them in the fucking head. That's fucking right. uh, yeah, so we're discussing the government coming out admitting UFOs exist, the Pentagon admitting UFOs exist, the Navy admitting UFOs exist, that the UFO videos that they're showing on CNN and Fox News are legitimate UFO videos. All this. And no one fucking noticed. No one, none of us did anything. We should be cheering like, yes, we fucking did it, yes. Nothing. We were all too stoned. We were all too stoned to even realize that that shit just fucking happened. Right? Did they say, do you take weed? Yeah, I think that's what he said. Do you take weed? Yeah, I shove it up my butt, dude. I take weed. How do you take weed? You administer some marijuana into your rectum. So we caught a rat the other day. It was a big motherfucker. It was a big rat. A rat with a cock this long, okay? It was a huge fucking rat. Caught his ass the other day. This family's pissed, dude. We're gonna bust their ass too, man. We got all fucking kinds of BB guns and pellet guns waiting for this motherfucker. We got fucking slingshot with ninja stars and shit, dude. I'm gonna fucking get him, dude. That's right. The beer sickness outshines UFOs, right? Keister it, yeah, right. Yeah, I can. Yeah, it's a big motherfucker. I can hear it one motherfuckers, dude. And it's like, I mean, this fucking. I swear to God, dude, this fucking rat, he, like his off times, he was like bench pressing and shit. Like this thing looked like it was lifting weights, like fucking, you know, I was looking at him. He's like, "What are you looking at my girl, huh?" I'm gonna come over there and fuck you up. I'm like, "Oh my God." No, I just like looked down at the ground. I wasn't even looking at him. And didn't even want to make eye contact with him because he might have fucked me up. Right, dude? This goddamn rat's on fucking, performance enhancing drugs. All right, he should be tested. I'll smoke weed, fucking eat weed, whatever the fuck, dude. Shove ecstasy up my butt. I don't give a fuck. Right? If they made weed, you could snort. Oh, shit, I'd snort it. Sure, it'd fuck you up too. Anyway, who wants to see me shove this flashlight up my butt? Could you imagine that? Jesus Christ, dude. Holy fuck. It's like the Terminator butt fuck you. Jesus fuck. It's insane. No, I'm not shoving up my butt, you guys. Shut up. uh, in the butt guessing game, what the fuck, right? Get a box of stick and a piece of string and catch that that rat. That's right. Well, we got a fucking cage to catch it alive, but it's a big fucking, it needs a big cage because this fucking thing is huge, dude. You know, what the fuck are you on tonight, brother? I don't know. Probably better to say what I'm not on. I haven't drinking any beer or anything like that. uh, Still better than most movies they make now. That's right. Right. The flashlight was made from back engineered Area 51 technology. That's why it makes that sound. That's you know what? Rhapsody's got it right there, dude. And fucking ding ding ding. What do we have for him, Johnny? Because he fucking nailed it. That's it. This is reverse engineered technology right fucking here, all right? This shit is made straight from element 115, straight from Zeta Reticuli, okay? UFO pill buy now for $420, right? Dude, I took some THC pills, and it was funny because I took them, and I forgot that I took taking them, and then I went to work. I had to go to work, and I got to work, and all of a sudden I'm fucking high as hell, and I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with me?" I'm really high. I'm like, I didn't smoke any weed, and it was freaking me out because I'm like, why am I high? I didn't smoke any weed. What's going on? And it took me a minute because I was so high before I realized. I'm like, oh, it's the weed pills. Oh my god, they're working. It actually works. It blew my mind. It sucked because I was at work when it fucking hit me. But I'd taken them. It was the first time I'd ever taken weed pills. And I forgot that I had taken them. You know, because I'm a fucking stoner. Hey, I'll send to PayPal if I can see that flashlight go up your fucking ass, dude. How much you got in PayPal? Because you know how hard it would be to get this up my butt, dude. We're talking six figures. That's how hard it would be to get up my butt. Yeah, so anyway, uh I think that it's important that we convince everybody that and let them know that disclosure has already happened. So we need to forget about this whole disclosure thing or disclosure with a small d or whatever. We need to forget about disclosure. It's already happened. So we need to start a new narrative about what what is the UFO? Is it extraterrestrial? Does that make the most sense? Um, the fact that what it's doing is so beyond what we understand in our physics that it doesn't make sense. That it's to the point where it becomes to even our scientists. They don't even want to, approach it. And the truth is this: is that all scientists, I don't give a fuck who they are. It could be Neil deGrasse Tyson or Michio Kaku or fucking whoever. All right, they all believe in UFOs and aliens. All right, despite what they say on TV and shit. Okay, because they don't want the dogma attached to it and the stigma attached to it. They're just like, they'll ignore it and they'll be like, oh well, the little green men and the shit like that. They all fucking believe not only in extraterrestrials but in UFOs as well, because it's like, well, if we believe that there's intelligent extraterrestrials living in the universe, which they all do, then for us not to believe that it's possible that they may come here is stupid. So they definitely all fucking believe. Even fucking Carl Sagan would have believed. They might not fucking admit it. All right, but they all believe in UFOs and extraterrestrials, and they would love to study that 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 field of physics. Um, so like how many scientists okay, so when Stanton Friedman was investigating Bob Lazar, and he said that, oh, Bob Lazar didn't work there, blah blah blah, he didn't go to MIT and all that shit right there. I could hear it in Stanton's voice. All right, he believed Bob Lazar. All right, and not only did he believe him, but he was insanely jealous, excuse me, that this fucking little nobody nerd got to work on this kind of fucking technology where so few people were allowed in. And he's a UFO guy. He's the biggest name in ufology with the most credibility out of all the ufologists because he was a nuclear physicist, so everyone would take his word over how many people. And yet they didn't go to him to help reverse engineer this technology, even though he worked for GE and Westinghouse and NASA and shit like that, why wouldn't they go to him? You know, so you could just hear it in his voice. He was insanely jealous of that fact. And I bet you a lot of scientists who disagree and say Bob's a fraud, it's because they're fucking jealous, because they wish they could have been a part of it. And then the ones who admit it, you know, who want to study it and believe in it and stuff like that, they are the ones who believe Bob Lazar. So you take like Lex Friedman, he's the AI scientist from MIT. All right, he is a professor at MIT and he teaches about artificial intelligence. That's his subject, and he believes Bob Lazar. He's like, oh yeah, no, I totally believe him. You know, and it's like, in this shit that he says makes fucking sense. And to any scientist, when you hear Bob discuss it, they know that he's, you know, telling the truth, that he's being honest. And that, you know, this is, it's a weird kind of physics and shit, you know, but, and it's cool because it's so interesting. Like when you hear, you know, Bob talk about the craft, he's like, you know, he's like, there's, you know, the one of the reactors, one of the amplifiers, it's like it was on the workbench in their office. So the it's like he always shows the drawing with three gravity amplifiers. He's like, yeah, he's like, there was three of them, but one of them was gone, it was cut off. Someone cut it off with a plasma torch, and it was in the fucking office. It was in their office on their fucking desk, so they could study it. And he's like, someone cut it off with a plasma torch, cut the fucking thing right off, and it still worked. He's like, there's no radio signals going from it. There's no Bluetooth signal. There's no Wi-Fi. There's nothing. There's no signal that they could detect, and it still worked. He's like, all it takes was to be in proximity of the craft for it to work. In fact, you can see that idea fucking um, um, played upon in Independence Day, the movie where the aliens come and blow up Earth and shit like that, because they're like, though the UFO that they have at Area 51 didn't fucking work. But as soon as the mothership showed up and got in proximity of it, everything started turning on. And they got that literally from fucking Bob Lazar's story of saying, hey, yeah, the thing fucking, you could cut off pieces of it and it still worked. And not only that, you know, just the way he describes stuff. And I don't know if a lot of people have ever heard how he describes it. He's like, when they would focus the amplifier, all right, when they would turn it on, he's like, it was like a giant fucking steel beam, okay, with this big, like 50-gallon drum bucket hanging from it. It's like this big thing of metal. He's like, and you would focus it onto something. He's like, so when they would turn it on, they could tune it in and pump current through it, and so they could fucking finally adjust it or whatever. He's like, the thing would come alive and move like a tentacle, not like a fucking piece of fucking machinery, like but like, he's like, this giant piece of steel would move like a tentacle, boom, and lock into place, and you would tune it to this perfect direction, boom, and it would stop, and now it's a solid piece of fucking metal again. He's like, but the thing moved like a tentacle. I don't know if you guys know that, but if you read the book, you know, it's how he describes it. It's fascinating. You got to read Bob Lazar's book, you know, because that's when you get the real details about everything that happened. He's like, but the thing moved like a fucking tentacle when they were running current through it, and they could control it and manipulate it, and they could fine tune it just to, you know, the tiniest fucking degree, man. They could manipulate this thing. He's like, and it wasn't attached to it. He's like, all it had to do was be in proximity of it. You know, there people talk about, oh, how do you shut off the reactor once you put the fucking cone on it? He's like, all you would have to do, literally, you would just have to move it away from the craft. Once you got far enough away, it would stop working. He's like, but once you got in proximity of it, he's like, it just worked. It was like magic. It's fascinating. If you're a nerd like I am. Even Carl Sagan, he came out with the movie Contact. No, the book at first, and then came out with the movie. Correct. And he was one of the biggest UFO skeptics, I believe, about UFOs. That's true. One Dogecoin, maybe. What are you talking about, Deacon? Buy him a Hammer of Mars is saying, buy proofs UFO butt probe 420 flashlight today with no delay. That's right. Six figures, huh? Yep, that's right. Dinkum, don't be thinking about it, motherfucker. um, I'm beginning to think how Zachariah Sitchin had it correct. Oh, I doubt that. Because Bob Lazar said it was found in an archaeological dig. That's what he suspects. Um, you ever hear Bob Bigelow say about the holographic book that Bob Lazar was looking at? Yeah, I've actually read about that, and a couple of different things. And you know what? Uh, with his newest interview with George Knapp, he asked George was like, so obviously everyone knows there was a background between Bob Bigelow and Bob Lazar, or whatever, and he's like, what's your take on Bob Lazar? And he straight up said, he's like, if I was a betting man, I would bet that he's telling the truth. And you gotta understand that Bob worked for him. They had a fucking deal and shit. They were working on shit together or whatever. So he knew. He's like he had asked him questions and shit like that, and he had went back and asked him questions and shit like this. He's like, so I could figure out that if he's telling the truth by doing this and blah blah blah. And he's like, and he passed every time. He's like there's nothing ever that he did where he's like, oh, this guy is full of shit or whatever. He's like, if I was a betting man, I would bet that he's telling the truth. Is like with you don't necessarily need the fucking the evidence of it. You got to understand, in a position like that, you're not going to get the evidence of it, especially when you're breaking your fucking when you're revealing classified information. um yeah, of course they could discredit you and shit. I mean, like, think about this. When he got charged with setting up the whorehouse or whatever, trying to run this fucking illegal whorehouse. You know how he got that whorehouse or how he got the license for it? It's because he already had a security clearance. All right, where did he get if he's just lying, if he's just making the story up, where did he get the security clearance from? He already had a security clearance, which is why he was able to get this fucking license for it first before somebody else bought it out, dude. Because you have to pay for the fucking licenses to run whorehouses in Las Vegas. You can't run them in a fucking school district like he was doing, but that's what he because he already had a security clearance, and then he gets busted and he gets popped or whatever, and they give him fucking 3 years, a suspended sentence. Plus, he has to go and do a year of therapy. He has to go and see a psychiatrist. All right, that's the government fucking with him and saying, oh, make him look crazy by making him have to go and see a psychiatrist and shit. You're telling me like a guy gets charged with, you know, um, setting up a brothel and he needs to go see a psychiatrist? Why is that? It's either he's going to go to jail or he's not. What kind of punishment is, oh, you have to go see a psychiatrist for what? He was setting up a brothel. What kind of psychiatry would he need for that? Nothing. It's because they're trying to make him look crazy. That's exactly what they wanted to happen. you know, and the fact that the military was there because the prosecutors and stuff were asking about Bob's background and shit. So they were talking to higher ups in the military. And it's like, no doubt in my mind that they're like, oh, make him go see a psychiatrist, so he looks crazy. And they're probably like, yeah, sure, no problem. And they're probably thinking, oh my God, he's telling the truth. That's fucking crazy. I can't believe he just told us that. I'm sure. I bet that's what happened. One guy said that he was just there to read radiation off of clearance badges. Yeah, so that's what they said. I've heard that story too. Okay, so and I just heard Christopher Mellon say that on Joe Rogan. So let's break that down for a second, because I actually heard that story long before Christopher Mellon saying it. That he was just there to read radiation off of people's badges, because he does make radiation detectors. He makes a lot of scientific equipment. Let's just think about that for a second. So you're telling me there's an employee at Area 51 whose sole job is to take a radar detector or a radiation detector or a Geiger meter and run it over people's badges to see if they might be, full of radiation. You're telling me that's a position there? No, it ain't. No, it's not. That is not a job. No one, you don't get hired for that. What kind of fucking job is that? It doesn't make any fucking sense. You're telling me there's an employee there whose sole job is to take a Geiger meter or Geiger counter and run it over people's badges? No, that's not a job, okay? That you don't hire somebody to do that. Literally, fucking whatever security guard is there working the fence that day, that's now his job, okay? You take the counter and rub that. Yeah, you don't hire somebody to do that. I'm sorry. And to think that fucking Area 51 um would be worried about setting off, radiation and shit for their employees. Do you think that they gave the slightest fuck? Do you know how many people were fucking got all kinds of cancer and shit from the fucking chemicals and shit that they were burning from fucking creating stealth technology and shit? How many people fucking sued them and tried to, couldn't even sue them, But people blew their brains out and shit because they were fucking so full of cancer and shit because they were just the radiation just everywhere. Do you think that they gave two shits about fucking no? Because that shit was everywhere. They were doing it illegally, by the way, but no one could do anything about it. That's not a job anyone would have. And the fact that Christopher Mellon believed that just shows that, you know, that he's just trying to take anything for fucking, you know what? I just don't want it to be true. Why? Because, that means I was left out of the fucking loop. And I don't want that. And that's true. You were left out. I'm sorry, Chris, but you were left the fuck out. All right? They left you out of the loop. Okay? Not very many people are in the fucking loop. You don't get to get in. There's stuff going on that the Joint Chiefs of Staff don't know. Do they have the fucking authority to know? Sure. Are they on a need to know? No, they don't need to know. So they don't. Even though they have the authority and they could be told, if they don't need to be told, then they're not going to be told. As simple as that. And then also, the fact is that, and if that venture is part private, then none of them have a need to know and none of them have the authority to know. And they could bitch and complain all they want, say, I'm the fucking, we run the fucking military. So this is a private business. This is a private corporation. You could, all that whole fucking Freedom of Information Act goes right out the fucking window, and it means nothing. And it doesn't matter how many stars you have on your shoulders. Okay, this is a private business. All right, and so you no longer have any fucking control or authority over the private business. And that's how it works today. That's how it works with Boeing. That's how it works with McDonnell Douglas, fucking all these other defense corporations. They're not controlled by the Joint Chiefs of Staff or anyone in the military. They're controlled by their fucking CEO and their shareholders and shit like that, So that has nothing to do, even though they work hand in hand with the military on secret shit, military has no fucking say so on who gets to know and what. The people who are doing it, the people running it do. And chances are the same with fucking S4. That part of it is probably owned by a corporation. And in fact, I'm pretty sure that they all know this, and that's why Bob Bigelow tried setting up corporations like that, which he did. He helped set up fucking ATIP and shit like that. He helped set up a fucking division of the military and shit that could go in and fucking study UFOs and shit like that. And they all had classified secret access and shit like that. And it was part corporate, so it wasn't fucking it. You couldn't. It wasn't under the rule of Freedom of Information Act. It didn't have to release anything if it didn't want to. So it was basically up to them. He also ran Bass or whatever, or TAS, that one company that was looking into different paranormal shit. Hypersonic, what a state we are living through here. That's true though. Just like they said Russia hacked the election for Trump, but we were supposed to believe Biden had more votes than Obama. Well, I believe Biden had more votes than Obama, because so many people hated Trump. He got so many more fucking votes, dude. The FBI is in on it. There's no dark side. A Russian hacker group. Biden shut down Keystone. It's all the same globalists behind the wall. I like Biden shut down fucking Keystone. Thank God. You know? Why? Just like, why do we fucking need more fucking cars running oil? It's so stupid. We need to move on to electric vehicles and shit. Like, we need to stop destroying the planet. It's just fucking stupid. The oil will fucking disappear one day, you know? So we can either be smart and make renewable energies, or we could be stupid and let a couple people get rich while everyone else gets stuck with shit, you know? Fake alien invasion is imminent. I don't think so, buddy. That sounds like fucking Dr. Greer, dude. You know? Oh, it's a fake alien invasion. Oh, all right. No, it's fucking not. Um, Trump and all of them were fucked from the start. Now the country is in a mass state of fear over gas prices now, just like toilet paper. I didn't even know anyone was worried about gas. You know, like fucking. I think everyone knows that you got to switch to fucking electric. Fuck gas prices. You know, that's why it's important. That's why all these car companies are putting out electric vehicles, and you won't even have to worry about gas. You know, you think that a Tesla owner is sitting there worrying about the gas prices right now? Nope, not in the least. You know, yeah, I talk to people all over America, and it's pretty bad. Yeah, well, I live in America. Seems fine to me. Gas stations lined up all day. Are you from America? Where are you from, Hypersonic? Because it's not like that around here, man. You were in a blue state of illusion and fear. Oh, fucking Trump tart. Oh, God. Wrong channel, brother. Invest in toilet paper. People here were fighting over it, and everyone needs it, right? You remember all that shit was all about the fucking toilet paper was all about the COVID, dude. You know. Remember in the fucking Philippines, Trump sitting there during a fucking hurricane, and he's throwing out fucking toilet paper like, "Yay, I'm saving you people, yay!" Like, you fucking disgrace, dude. These people fucking lost everything, and you're out there throwing to like he had no idea what the fuck he was doing. He didn't even know why he was there. He's just like, yeah, I'm gonna cheer and fucking. I remember watching one where a kid come up to Donald Trump. The dad's carrying the little boy, and the little boy has a hat. He's like, sign my hat, Mr. President. And President's like, yeah, grabs it, goes, signs the hat. Yeah, throws it out to the crowd. The little boy's like, like that. It's just like, you fucking idiot. You are a shill who never stated consistent to yourself or your brothers. You become friends with Hollywood actors Blake and Brent who fake UFO videos for fuck's sake. Well, I'm pretty consistent with one thing, that fucking, Trump was a fucking loser and got his ass kicked. I'm consistent with that. I'm consistent with every fucking UFO thing I've ever talked about. Actually, I would say I'm pretty fucking consistent. I'm pretty consistent with, getting fucking third phase of moon Blake and Brett to not put out hoax videos and to put out nothing but legitimate shit. So I think yeah, I've been pretty consistent. Sonic, stop being so hyper. I know, right, dude? Is supposed to having a crazy gas shortage, but then many people are saying everyone is fine. South Carolina was one state, I believe. You know, Sonic Boom. You do remember me, Kyle, don't you? Sonic Boom, yeah, of course. How you doing, buddy? Is that your brother, Hypersonic, over there? He's done lost his shit. He's so mad that Trump lost. He's like, oh, I can't take it. Oh my God. It's fucking, oh, God damn you fucking Democrats. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just fucking with you. Yeah, you know what, dude? I've literally, dude, fucking that shit is so fucking over and done with. You need to just let it go. All right, I'm sorry, but just there's no other way around it. He's not my president. I'm never gonna listen to Biden. God damn it, dude. I'm not wearing a mask and I'm not getting vaccinated. And I fucking hate all of you. Sorry. You can always go and cry about it. See if that helps. That's my split personality, actually. Oh, David Wilcock still telling people Q is still coming to save the children. My God, that shit's so fucking retarded. Fucking cute. And it's like, and David Wilcock still believes that shit. He's still like, it's going to happen. And they're going to go and they're going to bust all these pedophiles. And it's like, dude, you idiot. Don't you know it's some asshole online making that shit up, dude? You fucking retard, dude. He believes it, though, dude. We once until we reality shift, we once were going to do some stuff together until we had a political disagreement. Oh, okay. Well, then I would say I'm pretty consistent. Do you like seeing Tyler back? Of course I like seeing Tyler back. It's Scott. Hey, Scott. Yeah, of course I like seeing Tyler back. Why not? Yeah, Scott. Yeah, no, I remember. I remember when you said Scott. Yeah, no, I remember. Morning from Scotland. Hey, Jock of Ages. How you doing, buddy? Doing good? We're just talking about the government and how they admitted UFOs exist and no one fucking noticed. Scott, are you happy to see Tyler back? I want to see Third Phase Room dance again, Kyle Mania, right? Tired drinking coffee. That's cool. Oh yeah. Uh, yeah, that was fun. That was fun making that video too, doing that dance video. Ow! Fuck! My fucking elbow. God damn! Ow, that fucking hurt, motherfucker. Um, yeah, it is good to see him. And that's the thing. Fucking, whatever his issues with, I don't care. Like whatever shit he had going on, fucking with the law, with his health or whatever, it's none of my fucking business. I'm like, that's his private fucking business. I don't see why everyone even cared about that shit. I'm like, just make the fucking video. Just make the fucking UFO video. You ain't got to talk about your life. You ain't got to fucking, you don't owe anything to anybody. Fucking everyone comes and watches your shit for free. You fucking take the time and fucking go and make the videos. Just make the videos. You don't have to fucking explain shit. Just fucking make your videos, dude. Uh, yep. Have fun, Justin. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna agree with Justin here. I'm gonna fucking get off here because it's cold as fucking shit. But now all my problems were put out there. It's whatever. Yeah, Well, that's like I'm saying, just fucking, I never like fucking when I talk to Tyler, I never bring it up there. I'm like, I just fucking don't even. It don't mean anything to me. People have swatted, still try to arrest me. It's YouTube. Oh my god, that's terrible. Cheers. Yeah, hell yeah, Dinkum. Yeah, how'd your birthday go anyway, man? Did you have a good birthday? Did you get fucked up? Did your fucking boss give you shit for calling off? Bella saying, cool to be in the chat. Have a great night, y'all. You too, Bella. Thanks for stopping by and coming saying what's up. Don't forget, you guys, like and subscribe. You can fucking donate to my PayPal or super chat, whatever. You can fucking like and subscribe my videos. You can um, pick up UFO proof face masks. You can pick up UFO proof t-shirts and hoodies and all that good shit so I can get fucking paid. Because YouTube don't pay for shit. So the best way is through you guys support me through that shit. Just give me money for whatever reason you can think of. I don't care. Or get some merchandise, whatever, you know? All that good shit. You know, do what fucking Dinkum does, dude, all right? Follow his lead, all right? And, hey, Red Cow, and the mods, and the chat. Hell yeah, Derek. You can get from this guy's asking for the UFO proof COVID mask right here. Booyah. How you like that shit? How fucking gangster is that? Not awesome, dude? Not only will you not get COVID, but you'll also not be a virgin anymore. Because this is guaranteed to get you laid if you get this fucking mask. You see that? That's right. Okay. You was hung the fuck over the next day. Hell yeah, dude. I bet. That's shit, dude. What do you think of Biden's clear dementia? I don't think Biden has clear dementia. If anyone has dementia, it's probably Trump. But I'm not sure why we're talking politics on here. Didn't we get an argument about this last time? To me, it's not that big a deal, you know? Let's move on and start with the UFO subject. How about that, you know? Stop concerning yourself with what people's fucking personal shit is, you know? Who gives a fuck? That's how I look at it, you know? Not until I see that flashlight, you know where, right? Look at this shit, dude. Look at that motherfucker. Yeah, you can go and pick this up on Teespring. There's a link to my Teespring account underneath all my videos. Fucking politics. Exactly, dude. Fucking politics, dude. On to the fucking next thing, man. Dude, we'll never agree on any of this shit, all right? Like, fucking, you think Derek ever fucking agreed with me politically? Okay, you guys see Derek Atkins right here in the chat room. All right. Do you think he ever agreed with me politically? No, never once. All right. But he's still on here giving me props. We're friends and shit like that. It's still cool. We've never agreed politically. All right. And yeah, he's still cool. We're still good. Fucking, we're good friends. He comes on the channel all the time. It's fucking great. So it's like this fucking, you know, it's just a small little part of everything. You know, we don't want to make it fucking a big deal. You know. Oh, I just got a message saying that third phase of Moon's getting ready to come on in half an hour. So if you guys get a chance, sick UFO proof mask. That's right, exactly. You guys get a chance, go and check out third phase of Moon. I guess they got a video premiere, and I don't know if it's a live or if it's just a premiere for a video, but you know, I wish we could all be the same with the same thoughts under the New World Order. Fuck yeah! Yep, third phase of Moon. I don't know what they're by Energizer lithium batteries. That's fucking right. All right. Third phase is going to use blue beam to fake the alien invasion. Yeah, at one time they might have done that. All right, you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share it with your friends. Tell everybody about it. Go buy some UFO proof merchandise. Get your UFO proof face mask to protect you from COVID. And this episode was brought to you by Quantum Flashlights, made specifically for your ass. All right, look at that motherfucker. All right, and I will see you guys next time. All right, UFO proof out. All right, later, you guys.